What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Dr. Splash. And real quick, I am doing consistent monthly giveaways. When I hit 50K subs, I'm going to switch to bi-weekly giveaways. But recently came into possession of nearly 300 collectible comic book volumes, comics, and more. I want to start, as well as movies. It's a ton of stuff to give away. And I really want to start giving back to my fan base. So if you're a member of the Yancey Street Gang, join my Discord server, and I have a section called the giveaways, where literally all you got to do is react to my prompt, or you can post in there that you're interested in the giveaway. And monthly, until 50K, I will be rolling to randomly decide which person I'll be shipping to. All you got to do is provide a shipping address. I will pay for the shipping and all that. But I'm really excited to get some of these comics out to you guys. They're some of the greatest comics to ever hit the shelves, and I'm so thankful to have gotten them. But back on topic, right? A lot of people have been hitting me up to debunk Buffy versus Blade. Watch the battle, and first of all, don't come to this video thinking I'm here to hate Death Battle. It's not the vibe we've been on. As always, go like and subscribe to Death Battle. Show them love, they're pioneers. Now, my first initial thoughts on this matchup. This is a really safe battle to get wrong or just give your own interpretation willy-nilly. And the reason I say that is both kind of have cult fan bases, but both materials haven't been super active. So I think it's pretty safe to say that, like, you won't have a bunch of people with pitchforks at your door if you swing either way with your verdict. So I went into it thinking, okay, I might see whatever on this one. Who do I personally think would win if these two were to clash? If we're taking them consistently, Blade high diff. If we're taking them at their high ends or their best, Blade low diff. This is where I think immediately I want to address. I think they did a fantastic job covering Buffy. As someone who's read Buffy, I haven't read all of Buffy, but I've read a lot of Buffy. I've read a lot of Angel too, and even Spike, which is connected to the universe, obviously. And I'm actually going to be giving away one of those collectible books, shameless plug, during the giveaway. I have all of them. And I say that to say, I really do think they did a good job, damn good job, covering Buffy. Don't have much to say about where they have Buffy, where they scale Buffy. Job well done. Like, when they do something, I hate when people think I gotta hate on everything or I gotta debunk everything in a video. If someone gets something wrong or someone does a reasonably good job, especially compared to what they typically do, you better fucking praise that. You want that to become the standard, right? Don't we want to live in a world where we don't feel like we gotta debunk Death Battle? That'd be sick. Like, if they got everything relatively right in terms of just reviewing the evidence properly, I think everybody would love it. I really do. So with that in mind, when they do something right, when the research is well done, I'm going to praise it. I thought I would give their Buffy research an A- to A. I think it was really damn good. Here's where that opinion sways, right? I will give their... Okay, so this is difficult. I'm going to get into a nuanced breakdown of why I feel this way. But I will first say I would give their Blade scaling a C-, D+. Like, it's definitely not the worst scaling they've ever done. It definitely is not. But where they absolutely cooked themselves is when they emphasized that every single comic was used and interpreted for this battle. Every single Buffy comic, every single Blade comic. Because they're like, oh, we thought we were going to use more material for Blade, but technically Buffy has more. Cool. But you said you're using all of each. Here's the problem with that too, is at that point, it's what weapons have they carried for time periods as characters in their stories, right? They gave Buffy some weapons she uses sometimes. They didn't nearly give Blade as many of his stuff. That's why it's a big deal. Blade has had things like, for a while he carried Boy Thing as an item, Boy Thing being like an extension of Man Thing, and he was a problem with this. Like, this Blade was pulling up on Silver Surfer in putting the hands on him. Now, granted, I will be first to tell you, I may have damaged Silver Surfer's reputation by calling him a jobber so much. However, I think we can all agree, being relative to Surfer, hurting Surfer, being capable of putting down Surfer, especially a pissed off Surfer, going toe to toe with that, Buffy's not doing that. I think we can all agree. Can we all agree Silver Surfer would beat Buffy? That's not a fight. Blade with Boy Thing could do that, right? Blade has taken... Oh, God, this was crazy. So, like, for example, they said his durability, best thing Blade's ever taken was, like, town level. Blade's been hit. I want you guys to take a moment so you can really, really interpret what I'm about to tell you. Blade's been hit by a Ghost Rider amped Mjolnir. That's right. You can hate Thor as much as you want. I don't think anyone within reason is going to call a strike from a Ghost Rider possessed Jane Foster Thor with Mjolnir. I don't think they would call that strike town level. I think we can all comfortably agree with that. Within reason, right? We have that to consider. He's taking strikes like that. Blade, even at his lowest, like literally when we've seen him at his weakest, doesn't have many things, doesn't have much buildup, whatever. Scales to pissed off Wolverine. Probably can put him down, but it would not be fun. Like Wolverine even admitted that. Blitz's Deadpool. Just outright above Deadpool. Above an amped feral Spidey. Above multiple Doombots with no weapons. Like, even his weakest versions of himself, he's taking on extra dimensional demons. Like, he's wildly impressive. And to say he's only light speed is absurd. These characters, like, that's probably, I couldn't decide on what I disagreed with more. Their speed verdict on Blade or their durability verdict. Speed-wise, Blade, especially at his peak or when using items and everything like that, easily MFTL plus to whatever higher speed metas you want to use. I mean, he literally consistently reacts to and deals with Herald tier speed, right? Characters that can go across the universe instantly. Things like that, things of that nature. He can deal with those speeds. He can deal with characters that can cross time and space, dimensions. He's dealt with Gladiator, almost put him on a t-shirt. Gladiator literally flew across the multiverse in the time Heimdall blinked. Okay, let's stop fucking around here. What do you think happens if Gladiator runs into Buffy? Okay, there's plenty of it. Blood War? Are we gonna forget Blood War? Man's had cosmic vampires with him, was jumping the Avengers, was fighting immortal Thor. Like, there's so many points in Blade comics, especially if you go with stints like the Boy Thing run, where he just blatantly outscales Buffy in an egregious way. Even they talk about soul stuff and astral weapons. He's had better weapons. The Marvel has more intricate, powerful weapons in terms of his soul destroying blades, being able to take down Ghost Riders, stuff like that. He shot Cosmic Ghost Rider. Buffy's not walking that off. Can we be serious? Can we be honest for a second? The same Cosmic Ghost Rider that fought all the heroes of Earth for 100 years and a 100-year stretch because Cable kept cheesing with the 10-year stretch and kept prepping with more and more heroes, and Cosmic Ghost Rider was not going down? Yeah, absolute craziness. Blade has absurd scaling. Should outscale Buffy comfortably in speed, durability. The stats should be a pretty big gap. His weapons are better. They just are, especially for considering they said they use all comics for both, so what they were using throughout their comics. Yes. Blade, especially with stuff like Boy Thing and his Arsenal and Blood War or whatever. Those were like Blade claps, right? Because that's mainline 616 Blade. So you would have to use that based on the metrics they introduced, thus he would stomp. Now, again, it's not the worst battle they put out, considering their editing. Editing is always A+. I gave their Buffy research and presentation A- to an A. I gave the Blade presentation a C- to D+. I gave the verdict and the reasoning Give it a C minus. I don't think it's the most unreasonable take they've ever had, especially based on how they presented it. However, it's still obviously very wrong, so that's a factor. So I'd say about C. So I would give this a B minus. I'd probably average it out to like a B minus, B battle. Not the worst battle you ever see. And again, I think it's a topic you can be wrong on and feel safe, because not many people are really fighting about both characters these days. That's just the harsh truth. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you agreed or disagreed with their verdict, let me know. If you're looking forward to my other content like Marvel vs. Darkseid Part 2, which I will hopefully drop today, let me know in the comment section down below. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll also have a bunch of comic book reviews coming out. Thunder War, Hell Hunters, where Wolverine at one point gets the powers of Ghost Rider. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of fun covering comics, getting into spooky stuff as well. Tonight we'll do a live stream ranking horror characters and Halloween-themed characters and like how they would win in fights versus each other and tier them based on that. It's going to be sick. So definitely tune in for that. Stay tuned for my channel. Turn that notification on, baby. I got a lot of shit rolling out, all right? Yancey Street is busy. Thank you for the love and support. And remember, it's Yancey Street, bitches.